Good afternoon, Sue. My name is Carolina. I'm here at State Adventures. Happy to help you with your group to South America. There are so many wonderful places to explore. And let's start with this itinerary to Argentina that you're planning for your students. I've put together an itinerary. I'm going to share my screen, and this way we can go through it together. Jot down any questions for me, see what works, what doesn't. This itinerary is private just for your group, and we take care of all the logistics. I think going through the itinerary this way, you will be able to identify what works and what doesn't, and also everything that's included, all of those little details that make the trip something special. So, May 22nd, the group is going to take their international flight to Argentina. There are no visas needed, no vaccinations needed. Very simple. Everyone just needs their passport. Typically, it's an overnight flight, so the students will arrive on May 23rd, usually in the morning. There's some flights that arrive at 8, some flights that arrive at 11, so it all depends. Right now, I've arranged it that we have one bus for the whole group. If we need to arrange multiple transfers because people are coming from different places around the country, please let me know and we can certainly do that. But after you go through customs, pick up your luggage, there'll be a big sign with State Adventures on it, or your logo, or your company's name, or the school's name, whatever it is that you want to brand the trip with. You just let me know and we arrange everything accordingly. But there will be a whole team of people waiting for the group. Since we have 35 arrivals, we want to make sure everybody's cared for, everybody is welcomed, and then we have a private car that will take them to the hotel. So the first day, sometimes we like to arrange some touring. It all depends what time we land. I think since right now we don't know what time the arrival is, we shouldn't plan too much, especially if there's flight delays or anything like that. So what I've done is transfer to the hotel, have some free time, and then we gather for our welcome dinner. Now, if we know everyone is arriving at 8 a.m., then for sure we should arrange something on this first day. Let's talk about that. Let's discuss flights and see what that first day will look like, because we can certainly arrange something, maybe a short walking tour, to get that second wind and stretch our feet, go to the market, have some tastings inside a market. That could be a fun welcome. We include the Grand Brisa Hotel, great property for groups. All the rooms are spacious, fresh, new, really well located. There's a little rooftop pool if the students want to hang out and enjoy. But really, location-wise, we want to make sure we'll be able to step outside and walk to restaurants, walk around the city. It's all about the location when it comes to Buenos Aires. And then May 24th, we're going to start our touring. So the city is quite large, and there's a north area and a south area is how I like to split the city. The south area is the port, the heart of tango, the colorful San Telmo, the markets. And the north is the sophisticated area where Recoleta is, where the cemetery where Evita is buried, where the main center is Florida Street, which is a walking pedestrian walkway. It's a great place to start the touring of the city, because you will get to really focus on the history, important places, things like that. We will always be with our private guide, with our private driver, with the bus, but we will not be on the bus the whole time. We are getting in and out. We are exploring. We're going to the parks. We're going to hit the highlights, but we're also going to pull the students off the beaten path a little bit. Maybe have a little break in the grass of Recoleta parks, Palermo parks. Maybe pop into a coffee shop. One of the oldest coffee shops in Argentina is here. And do some tastings of local, pastries, things like that. Argentina and Buenos Aires, especially, is like Paris of South America. Very sophisticated, fantastic coffee shops. People are really well dressed. It's a really beautiful city. The architecture is gorgeous, just like somewhere in Paris or in Switzerland, in beautiful cities. So it's a great place to explore, and very interesting because you're in South America, you're in the Andes, but you have this gem of a city. So we will really focus on showing the best of the gems to the group, and of course a lovely lunch. So our first lunch is at Piegari. This is a traditional restaurant. There's a lot of Italian influence in Buenos Aires, so something for everyone for sure. And then tonight, to really kick off the tour and show you that we are in Buenos Aires, we're going to go to a professional tango hall. But we will arrive about an hour and a half before the show begins. And those dancers that are on stage will become our teachers. And we will have a professional tango lesson. It is so much fun. I've taken tango groups to Argentina year after year. And this is something that is really special to learn from professionals and then sit down, have dinner, enjoy the show, but really get a taste of how hard tango is, how difficult it is. So that is our first full day. And our second full day on the 25th, we will spend a day outside of Argentina in Uruguay, just across the river. So the way the day looks like is we take a private bus to the port, take the fast ferry under 2 hours, and we are in another country in Uruguay. I think this is such a fun stop for first because students love to check off multiple places. And on this itinerary, they have the opportunity to visit 3 countries all in one trip. So it's really exciting. So in Colonia, it's a very, very charming city. Old classic cars with trees growing out of them, a great cobblestone walking city. We'll see the sights, we'll see the colonial beautiful town, and then we'll take the ferry back. We will have lunch in Colonia as well, so they can check out some Uruguayan food, great empanadas and things like that. That allows us to really fill our days in Buenos Aires. Now, if you don't want to visit Uruguay, just let me know. We can remove this day. We can keep it as a free day to explore. We can rent bikes and go on a biking tour. So you let me know what the group prefers to do. And then May 26th, we're going to head to the second part of Buenos Aires. To me, the heart of Buenos Aires, the South. And the South is all about tango, all about history and the culture of being on the river, of that beautiful tango beginnings. This is where you'll see tango dancers practicing in the streets. There's a massive market here, San Telmo. It's outside, inside. We do a lot of activities around there as well. And there are bodegons. So bodegons are old restaurants, very, very authentic. It's usually like an old home that was transformed into a restaurant. So you will see like mismatched chairs and family pictures on the walls and a really fun menu. It's kind of like grandma's cooking, known, of course, for their beef because we are in Argentina, but it's a nice experience for the students. And that will conclude our stay in our touring of Buenos Aires, because on our last day, on day 6 in Buenos Aires, we will leave and go to have a gaucho experience. So gauchos are local Argentinian cowboys. So all outside of the city, although the city is quite metropolitan, outside of the city, it's like a different world. It's all about horses, cattle, sheep raising. And while we're out there in El Ombu, which is the name of the estancia, which is like a working ranch, the students will be able to ride horses, go hiking, see maybe sheep shearing if that's if that's happening. The ranch is a working ranch, so there's always something happening, but they will have plenty of opportunities to get outdoors as well. And the big part here is the big lunch that they cook outdoors. It's really, there's live music. It's a really great day in the countryside, just a glimpse at what life is like outside of the city in Argentina. And then, of course, all the people from Buenos Aires will go to the ranches on the weekend. So it's very popular to do this. And then May 28th, we're going to leave the city behind, take you to the airport, and take about an hour and a half flight to Iguazu Falls, a natural wonder of the world, pick you up as always, private car, and take you to our jungle hotel. So we're going to stay at the St. George Hotel. It's a great 4-star property. It feels very rustic. It's in the middle of like a forest. It has a great pool, but it is just minutes from the national park. So great location again. All throughout this trip, I have included 15 double rooms for the students and then 5 single rooms for the leaders and the teachers. So why do we come to Iguazu Falls? Of course, the natural waterfalls are the reason people come here, but another really interesting part of Iguazu Falls is that it is home to the Guarani people. This is a local community that lives in the forest, still lives just like they did for generations, and we get a glimpse of their life by going to one of the restaurants that is hosted by them, and they do kind of like a show, maybe some live music, sometimes some singing, and then also a menu that surrounds food from the Iguazu Falls forest. So it's a really nice change of pace from being in the city to coming to the jungle, to the national forest. There's tropical birds, there's butterflies everywhere, and of course, some animals out in the forest as well. And then May 29th, we're going to focus on Iguazu Falls. So the falls are a natural border between Argentina and Brazil. The park is huge on the Argentina side. You will need a whole day to see it all, and that is exactly what we're going to do. We're going to spend a whole day on the Iguazu side of the Argentina border. We're going to ride a great adventure boat ride. We're going to go on the catwalks. We're going to go to Devil's Throat. We're going to have lunch inside the park and then return to our little jungle hotel. And then the next day, for the students that get a visa to Brazil, we will cross the border, go to the Brazilian side of the falls, which allows a panoramic view of all the falls all at once, which is stupendous. We'll have lunch out there. You'll see a lot more natural, activity, bird life, and things like that. And then we're going to come back across the border, go to the airport, fly to Buenos Aires, and catch our flight home. So our lunch is also on the Brazilian side as well. So I suggest getting the visa. The visa is about $90. It takes about 3 days online. Sometimes it's instant, like within a day, but I usually like to say 3 days. And it's good for 10 years. So if you ever go back to Brazil, you definitely they have the visa ready for you. So it's a great opportunity to do that. I ended the trip there. We are on day 9. I ended the trip there because if we were to continue into Brazil, continue into Rio de Janeiro, it takes us over our budgets. So let me know if you are flexible, and I will show you what that would look like, because it is a natural progression from Iguazu Falls to take a nonstop flight, 2 hours to Rio de Janeiro, and maybe spend 2 or 3 nights there exploring, feeling the carnival culture, learning all about it, and of course, being on the beautiful Copacabana beach. So let me know your thoughts. This is what the trip looks like. Of course, completely open to customization. I look forward to chatting with you. Thank you so much for listening, and happy travels.